Wait to worshipers, I know you've heard me talk about how I got into podcasting and how I use Anchor. But if you haven't heard it, I just can't stop bragging. So let me explain for you a little bit about the easiest way to make a podcast. If you have not heard, it's through Anchor. Anchor, man, it's free. Did y'all hear that? It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone. Sometimes I use my computer, but for the most part, I do it right from my phone. Also, sometimes we're in the studio, so you never know. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, many, many more. So, it's a great gig. Also, you can get paid from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So listen, just so you can be a part of what's going on in the podcast industry now, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And you can also check out Wait to Worship right there as well. We look forward to hearing you.
A lot of times, people think you gotta try for your light to shine. When all you really gotta do is just be. Your presence alone is enough in a dark situation. Then the thing about shine is, when you shine, lets other folks know it's okay to shine. The dark can't hold you.
Only time the God is good, yeah, it's all the time, Light work, yeah. Light. You know what I'm talking about? Light work, man, we stay working.
Light work. I say it's some light work. Light work. I say it's some light work. I hit the plug and run the play. That's what I call some light work. What you need, just come and see me. It ain't nothing but light work. Light work. I say it's some light work. Light work. Go on and let your light work. Light work. Is a light work. Shout to everybody shining, putting in that light work. I got a call from my brother, say I got some light work. I say cool, bro, I'm down. It ain't nothing but light work. I was honored that you called. Hope it's cause my light work. He said, give him what you got and it'll more than my work. I hit the jail and did some songs, cause that's how my light work. Told my story about his glory. I said faith in Christ work. I chopped it up and screwed it down just like they doing for work. Even tried it with no music, man, that light still work. Folk were clapping, that was after. See, they said you clap before. Guess I just ain't with the clapping, that ain't how my light work. I just talk to God a lot, his power make my light work. Boy, that bill too high, somebody pay so that my light work. I ain't had no one to check and tell me what my light worth.
But I done seen some dark times to find out that my light work.
Everywhere I go is lit like Michael Jackson footwork. Shout to anybody out there putting in that light work.
Hey everybody, you just tuned in to the Spotlight. It's your girl, Jeanette Elkins, aka the Lioness. And boy, who I got in the studio tonight. Y'all don't even understand. He's so cold. He got numbers for his name. Do you hear me? I got 2.0 in the building. Say hello, 2.0.
What's going on, good people? What's going on? 2.0 from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm happy to be here, man. Happy to be here. With the Lioness herself.
Hey, you see how it goes down? ATL is in the building. Will you open us up in prayer?
Sure. God, thank you for this opportunity, for this platform, for us crossing paths and the divine connection that you are establishing or creating or just watering. We pray that you get glory out of this interview, and that we give you glory is productive, it's efficient. There are no technical glitches or errors or anything going on. And we pray that it just be a good time in you, and that you get glory, and that somebody is impacted by the stories and the words that are spoken and what goes on here. It's in Jesus' name that we pray. We love you and we thank you. Amen.
Amen. You know what? I'm just going right in. We just gonna go right in because, like you said, ATL is in the building. For my city.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about it last.
Okay.
But I can't talk about it last because, first of all, we're going to talk in depth about what you're saying because the ministry, the conviction, you hear me? In that song is powerful. But I got to keep it light for a second. Dude, that was the coldest roll call ever in a lyrical song.
Hey, I appreciate it.
You called it out. The roll call, though. The roll call. You know what I'm talking about. They're going to hear it here in a second. They're going to see it here in a second. But the roll call, though. So before we tap into that song, please allow me just to go ahead and open up the spotlight in the Lioness's Den with 2.0 all the way from ATL and for my city. Y'all stay tuned. Listen to the words that is coming out of his mouth. And we will be right back with the Lioness and 2.0 in the Lioness's Den.
I just wanna do good for my city. Run up a bag and take care of my people. Before on the sauce, I'ma sit in the kitchen. I just wanna do good for my city. Show me the struggle and how to go get it. Lord, I'm just praying, I hope that you hear me. I just wanna do good for my city. Run up a bag and take care of my people. Before on the sauce, I'ma sit in the kitchen. I just wanna do good for my city. Show me the struggle and how to go get it. Lord, I'm just praying, I know that you hear me. Came from the west side of 20. City of ghosts and I'm one of them billies. I was top blessed at the place where you grow, so that's Washington Park down to Washington Road. I got some kids looking up in 4 seasons.
I'm a boy T-Right. All right. What's going on, man? Your mom told you I was shooting a video?
Nah.
I had text her.
You got YouTube? Yeah, he got YouTube, bro!
I got some folk on the street in the cold. I gotta make it and they gotta see it. Do it for all my folk wait on parole. Yo, Martin Luther, no dream, I got vision. Run up a bag and then give me a sprinter. You buy the ball while I'm at to 6. Give me a flow, get my folk out the street. I know what it's like having nowhere to stay. I know what it's like folk not feeling your pain. I know when pain teach a lesson to stick. And I know there ain't no avoiding the rain. I learned that God never make a mistake. I learned you gotta take care where you stay. That's why it's yours at the end of the day. And I'm from the southwest and east of the A. Memorial Drive down the southwest Decatur. Down the O'Neill where the Duke has a gate. Washington Park, but the road is my favorite. My city forever, and this is my statement, y'all. I just wanna do good for my city. Run up a bag and take care of my people. These 4 on the sauce, I'ma sit in the kitchen. I just wanna do good for my city. Show me the struggle and how to go get it. Lord, I'm just praying, I hope that you hear me. I just wanna do good for my city. Run up a bag and take care of my people. These 4 on the sauce, I'ma sit in the kitchen. I just wanna do good for my city. Show me the struggle and how to go get it. Time out. Lord, I'm just praying, I know that you hear me.
For my city 2.0 ATL is in the house if you could not hear the riff in the song. So let's talk. Okay? So for my city, ooh-wee, you're taking ownership for your city. talk to me about the concept. How because it sounds like there's a story there.
Always.
How did For My City come about?
So I do a lot of outreach stuff. I frequent a particular prison. I used to mentor in one of the worst schools in the state of Georgia. And one of the worst projects is down the street from our state penitentiary. And going to the homeless shelters and just frequenting and being an Atlanta native, like I felt like the true representation of, I don't want to call it a minister, just a child of God. You know what I mean? Like that's one of the promises that everywhere your foot shall touch. You know what I'm saying? I've given it to you. He told that to Joshua when they crossed over. But I felt like if I'm a son of God, then I'm here on purpose. Everything that's attached to me was attached to my purpose. And so I'm an Atlanta native. I got love. I got love I stayed on the east side, the west side, and the south side. And,
I heard.
Oh yeah, on all the sides. I don't know nothing now. You know, the Migos might say something different, but I don't know too much about the north side, and neither does anybody else who really from Atlanta. But but I felt like, okay, well, it's cool to talk about, you know, trapping in the city, all the dope that you moving in the city. But it's like, man, with all this money that everybody got, why is there so many homeless people? Why are there so many kids without fathers or good decent mentors? Why are there so much of this other stuff going on? And I felt like I don't have the resources, but I got the heart. And you know what? I'm gonna bring attention to it. And when I get the resources, I'm gonna do something about it because it's my city. I can't be mad at somebody else for not taking care of what belongs to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like being mad at somebody else for not giving me money for my kids. They're my kids. So they're my responsibility. And I feel like as somebody who grew up in it, who was raised by it, and am largely the man that I am because of this city and the culture in it, I feel necessary to try to preserve it and to fight for what create the good in it that created me. You know what I'm saying? Like I stay in Bankhead right now, and it's a lot of gentrification going on and trying to. But on one hand,
hold on. You went through that real quick. You went through that because we all know what ATL is known for. You know, the men with the mustaches and the heels. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Listen, that came with 2010. In the 2010s, that's when that stuff started to kind of filter in. That ain't real Atlanta. That ain't men with or guys with purses and man purses and all them folks are transplants. They come here from other places. That ain't what we grow here. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it. Come on, 2.0.
Yeah. So that ain't what we grow here. And I guess I just really want us to really stand up the real Atlanta, because one of the things that make everybody come here as if it's, you know, it's a black Mecca. It's a place where a lot of African Americans are doing well for themselves. You see Porsches and Benzes and Rolls Royces and Maseratis and all them, and it's black folks driving them cars, and they not all drug dealers.
Come on.
Some of them may be, but then most of them are not drug dealers. And so it's like, man, to see that as an attraction to bring everybody here, we are killing what made it so attractive in the first place. They're building apartment building, they're building up, so they're crowding the city. They're changing the tax rates and all that kind of the property taxes and all that kind of stuff. They're putting up all these different amenities to suit tourism. But it's like, man, the people are coming here for the culture and the Southern hospitality, but you pushing all them folks away. They can't afford to stay, you know, a house that they got in for $30,000, $40,000. Been in my grandma got this house for $10,000, and it's been in my family for generations. Now it's a $300,000 house. We can't afford to, because it's downtown. We can't afford to live here no more. And so now you get somebody from Wisconsin coming up, and they feel like it's close to their job in the city, and that's great for them. But at the same time, it's like, at some point, if you don't preserve what is, then it won't be that anymore.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me find my pen, y'all. Y'all better get some note paper. Hold on, he dropping one-liners. What did you just say? If you don't preserve
what is, it won't be that anymore.
Oh my goodness. You just broke down the whole, look, we just got Atlanta 101 in 5 minutes. But it's true. But that's why we see so many homeless people. They're pushing them out. I mean, it's an economical struggle,
right?
And it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, because everybody want that dollar bill, and it's like, man, that's gonna be it is our self-destruction in the country.
Great.
I mean, I don't want to go too deep into it, but people won't even help you because it's not a dollar bill amount, and you don't understand that the existence of our race is at stake. And so because of a green dollar bill that you created that don't really have that much value, if any, anyway, you would trade that for a life.
Hold on, though. Not only would you trade it for a life, it was created through the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Because let me tell you what I heard you say. Do you hear me? I heard you say money is created from cotton.
It is. Money is made out of cotton. It ain't made out of paper. A lot of people don't know that we still picking cotton. And we don't even know it. The slave, this country was built off of slavery and it just evolved. It didn't change. It never stopped. The plantations just evolved. The plantations don't look like they used to look. It's the same situation. Whether it's privatized prisons or the banking system or the projects or all of that stuff, it's just new slavery. Even how the working class is handled. You ever know? Me and my wife was just talking about how it's a whole lot of these like pyramid schemes going on right now. You know what I'm saying? You bring in 5 people, you're gonna get you $500 a month, and this, that, and the third, and it's like, man, that's cool.
Hey, what do you? I mean, we came to talk about the music, but me and you,
I'm sorry.
Your wife and my husband, we are going to schedule another conversation so we can just talk, because you think the exact same way that I think. Well, and I just think it's God's revelation, it's God's wisdom. But at the end of the day, the serpent never wanted Eve. All he wanted to do was take dominion away from Adam.
Yep.
That's all he wanted. Eve was the casualty. So since the beginning of time, the enemy has been after the man. Because he knew through his lineage, Christ would come. So how you say it's all a trap? It's all a trap. Period. I feel flex on me. I think we need to play some flex on me.
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and ride out to some flex on me. We will be back. Hey, y'all, you know where you at. You are in the Lioness's den with the Lioness, and I got 2.0 straight out of ATL in the building. We are going to jam to his next track, Flex on You.
Flex on me. Yeah.
Oh, I got to get that right because the message is so deep there. Flex on Me by 2.0. Stay tuned. Stay connected. GVHOT97. Hey.
Yeah. Flex on me. Please don't flex on me.
I'm finna kill it, this or got the pistol.
Flex on me. Please don't flex on me. Flex on me. Please don't flex on me. Yeah. Flex on me. Please don't flex on me. Might answer wrong. Please don't test on me. Bless on me. I choose bless on me. Act your seed. Got big racks on me. Yeah. Sauce on me. Drip big sauce on me. The recipe. Yeah, I got the recipe. Head to feed like a sauce and ranch on me. stress on me. I can't do your stress on me. I've been silent from the start like a big stone. 10 toes the only way I move, Freddie Flintstone. If the only day we cool is a brighter day, then I can't even kick it with you. No more kid and play.
Yeah. What's going on? We are here with the spotlight in the Lioness's den, and I am 2.0.
Oh wait.
And we just heard my song Flex on Me.
Flex on me. Don't even try.
Please don't flex on me.
What?
Please don't,
You ain't
don't
even.
do it.
I talked to a year ago, remember?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You ain't want to talk to me then.
Nope.
Don't talk to me now.
I'm good. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy.
Come with it. So I got a question. I want to talk about your lyrics.
Okay.
And because you said there's always a story, so now that just intrigues me even more because I do hear your passion for the homeless through your lyrics. I think you mentioned it a couple of times in your lyrics, so I can tell it's something that you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm. I actually was homeless for a little bit, so that's part of why it's like, man, I know how it feels. You know what I'm saying? You ain't do nothing wrong. You just hit a rough patch, and people look at you like you dirty, like you scamming, like you scheming, and it's like, man, that's a human being who just in a bad spot.
Just in a bad spot.
Yeah, at least show the dignity of hearing them out. Make eye contact, pay attention, listen to their little spiel, even if you're not gonna give them no money or whatever they asking for. At least show them the respect of humanity. Like, you know what? I heard you. I'm not finna just walk by and ignore you because I think you asking for money. Like, no, I know you asking for money, but I respect you enough to let you finish. Like,
or,
that goes a long way.
I see you having a tough time. How can I bless you?
Right. You know, we don't even be thinking about that until we hurt.
What? Then you want everybody to give to you. You want everybody to bless you. Where are all your friends?
Right.
But where were you?
Right. Where were you?
Huh?
Where were you?
Huh? Nowhere.
Right.
Again now.
Right. You over there? Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I got to get this talking about. Okay, I lived in Florida for some years. I can't even get it. Talking about.
Yeah, that was it.
Talking about they'll call me later. Talking about.
Yeah. That's the Atlanta. Depending on how you say it now, it could be a threat or it could be a cosign. You gotta pay attention to how folks say it.
So it ain't what you talking about. It's not that.
It is, but at the same time, it's almost like, what is you saying? Like what, you gonna call me guilty? What is you saying? What are you trying to say to me? Like, what are you not saying? Or like, what you talking about?
What you talking about?
I've been taking care of my business. Talking about. It can go connected to other words that emphasize the passion behind it or the emotion behind it.
The meaning.
Some of those words we try to stay away from. If you understand what I'm saying.
Because we walking in the glory of God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We speak life. We speak life and blessings and not cursings.
Hallelujah.
I don't want to curse nobody.
I think one of the things that I love about your music is you are who you are. You know what I'm saying? At no point do I feel like, okay, he putting on the front, or okay, let's really see, is he really about what he say about? But I can see it. And I have to ask you, how did you get to be the man in the streets? I'm talking about I'm talking about all the kids coming up running. So
I that's in one of the last hoods in the city called Four Seasons, and I actually was like a math tutor and a mentor there for like 2.5-3 years. And I helped all the kids that was doing bad in math. So that was pretty much the whole school.
I was finna say, didn't we all struggle in math?
Right. So I used to run through, but I guess I was like the cool teacher because I was old enough to be, I guess, a teacher, but young enough to still know what's going on and to be relevant. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that I noticed was the way that most teachers act towards the kids, especially kids who they done got, we had 5-year-olds who done got shot, 8-year-olds who taking care of their families. You know what I'm saying? And they got rats and roaches in different situations where they got to step up and be grown-ups before their age. You know what I'm saying? They taking care of 3 and 4 siblings at the age of 12. So they come to school and you trying to tell them what to do. And in the school, you the authority, but at home, they the authority.
Right.
Everywhere else is I'm the boss of me. I take care of myself and I take care of my family. You don't get to tell me what to do. And so I realized early that,
That's what you're talking about.
Right, talking about. So I realized early, if you want to reach, there's a level of respect that you got to have, and there's a level of like, man, you got to connect with folks. So
yeah,
like almost all the kids would, there'll be times where they get in trouble or they get in a fight, and I wouldn't be trying to debo them or anything. It's like, man, let me talk to you. Let me put you up on game. You don't hit female like a little boy hitting a girl. You don't hit females because think about it this way. What your mama do when she get mad? She talk. What your sister do when she get mad? She talk. What your auntie do when she get mad at her boyfriend? She talk. Okay, once you let the woman talk and keep going, you don't have to prove yourself. Let her get over it and let her feel how she feel. If you wrong, apologize.
Hold on. I got a lot of ladies be listening to the Lioness.
I don't want to listen. I'm trying to help y'all out. Keep this.
I'm trying to help you out. Okay.
I said something wrong.
You do let us get it out, but don't be like, after she done yapping, she good. No.
Well, here's the thing, because they don't know how to communicate good. Then they want to fight and hit, and it's like, nah, bro, I can't let you hit no female. Like, I don't care what she said to you, as long as she didn't put her hands on you, and even if she did put her hands on you, did she hurt you?
Right.
You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10 is because
she hurt you. Yeah,
and it's like, why do you feel like you gotta prove your manhood to a lady, to a girl? And it's like it's little things like that where I got known for always taking that extra step of mentoring and sharing manhood principles and different things. And the teacher will want to call their daddy so they get in trouble, or their mama so they get a whipping. And it's like, man, let me talk to them out in the hall and find out there's more going on than what the teacher wanted to. Most of the time, they didn't care enough to get to that. They just wanted to be respected in the classroom. And for me, it was like, I felt like my mission was to connect with and to actually, I guess you could say, minister and serve, because it was deeper than that. It's not about the classroom. They can't hear nothing that's going on in the classroom until these other voids are addressed. You know what I'm saying? Like there was one boy.
They gotta eat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They got to get some good, solid rest.
Yes.
Because all hell is breaking loose at home.
Right. One little boy that used to fight all the time. His mom used to have stripper parties, and they used to drink and smoke in the house, so he couldn't go to sleep until about 4 or 5 in the morning. And then he come to school at 7.
I'm trying to
he cut a fool, but he didn't want to leave.
Yeah. I was one of those moms, not to that extreme. But I can see now, okay, my kids are grown, but I can see now the atmosphere that was in my household based on the behaviors of my grown children. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I first had my first one at 16, those two have always been off the chain. You understand what I'm saying? Off the chain. Okay. Yeah. And then as I got, I got this thing down, I'm becoming a mother, and not a teenage mother. Now I can see in those kids, they have confidence. They have work ethic. They have hustle. You know what I'm saying? I taught my older kids hustle and grit, but it was street hustle.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see what I passed down. So when those kids come to school and they really struggling, a lot of even the aggression that they carry, those spirits are passed down from the parents.
Right.
You know, always yelling, me always, you know, just pop, don't think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then my son became very aggressive, you know, so we have to look at the family dynamics. But I'm going to say this. I don't believe we have to look at the family dynamics in a way that it tears up the family structure.
Right. You just find a way to support it. Whatever's missing, somebody try to fill in the gap. And it may be, you know, mama needs some help too. And it's like most of my kids, like as much as I call and check on them, I call and check on mom. Now I got my own lady I got to take care of. But you know what I'm saying? I want mama to know that, hey, if he acting up, get him on the phone with me. I can't come by all the time, but at the same time, like I got your back. If he, you know, we're going to try to keep him out the streets. We're going to try to keep him off of doing this. And we know that these his issues. Like, I'm not finna call your phone so he get in trouble. I'm going to call you to talk to see what's going on at home to see how we can help him out.
And not in a way that I'm judging you.
Yeah,
you know, or not in a way that I'm looking for a way to remove your children until you get it right. You understand what I'm saying?
That. Yeah, there was a couple of those in the school as well. And I'm like, man, no, we're not finna do that, man. Like everybody trying to do the best that they can.
Yeah, especially now in this new season, and what I feel like is really the new norm. We have to make sure that the things that go in these children. You know, you mentioned the children getting shot, and that's another thing that I'm passionate about. You know, I lost a son and had one shot 5 times and left for dead in the streets of Orlando. And so, you know, I'm passionate about that too. And one of the things that is going to drive that is the media, the things that we're putting into our children. That's why I'm so thankful for your ministry and your music ministry, because even earlier, I had your music on repeat. And I have a 17-year-old still at home. And she came in and laid in my bed and was like, who's that?
Yeah.
He sound good. She said, I bet if you played this at a teen party, they'd rock. And I thought, oh, snap.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm with it.
Hey, and we can motivate and put some structure to it to where we can give them some real food, food for their soul. Okay. So look here. We over here dealing with community issues, and
hey, I can't separate it from the music, because those are the things that drive. You know, they say, art imitates life, or life imitates art. And for me, it's like, man, I got nothing else to talk about except for the things that I do on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like people, some of the best trap rappers are the ones who actually did the dirt that they was rapping about.
I'm trying to tell you, my son is blowing up right now as we speak. And I don't even know how to handle it. But I've listened to his entire album that just dropped. And he is every word.
Yep.
I got to be like, that happened. Yup.
Yeah.
That happened. Yup. That happened. And I told him one day when he started rapping, I said, okay, you know, your mama's a Christian. I said, I'm not necessarily going to stop you from your dream. But as long as you say what's real, don't be no fake rapper talking about you got money, cars, and clothes, and you don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I will allow you. I remember one time he wanted to put a cuss word in it. I said, do you really need that? You know, and I really gave him a hard time. And then he came back and he told me why. And man, that dude justified that word so smooth. I said, okay. All right, go ahead.
Can't even go ahead on.
Because it was what he was living. The streets was hard for my kids because they were suburban kids. And then we got divorced and, there you go. Plus, he wasn't around in the other time. So it's real. The struggle is real. And your music, the ministry God gave you is one that can reach the masses. And that's what I love about it. So got me all in my emos. Ugh.
I'm sorry about that. Hey.
Trying to get it.
We're just trying to change the world.
That's it. One soul at a time. So we gonna get into God. Ugh. Do you want the lion?
Oh yeah.
Do you want the lamb?
Okay.
So we gonna take a little break here. Thank you all for tuning in to the Spotlight. Hey, stay tuned. There's plenty more where that came from. 2.0.
Hey,
ATL is in the building. So you guys just hold on. I got a joy for y'all that is so cold. And I promise you, if you don't know the message, though, he says it. Don't be around here acting like you know the message. So I got the man himself. And I don't know how long the song is, but how did you say 2.2?
Right.
You remember that 2.2? We will be back and we will be talking about the Lion and the Lamb by none other than 2.0. So stay tuned, y'all. Listen to this next hit. It's the Lioness. I wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. All right.
Great God, Todd Delaney, right here on the Willie Moore Jr. Show. 4 hours of pure inspiration. And family, I pray that you understand that we do serve a great God. Despite of what you're going through, understand. And family, right now it's time for the flat out hit of the week. It comes from 2.0. It's called Lion or Lamb, right here on the Willie Moore Jr. Show. Flat out.
Do they want the lion? I think they want the lamb. I'm trying to be like Jesus with everything that I am. I think they want the lion, or do they want the lamb? If you ain't got them in, you don't think that you'd understand. I think they want the lion, or do they want the lamb? I think they want the lion.
Monologue in the building, homeboy.
I think they want the lamb.
Let's go.
I think they want the lamb.
Okay, they want the lamb, well here I am, bro. Trying to be like Jesus the best way I know I can, though. So I play the carpet, let these folk keep stepping on me. Telling Peter to chill, we ain't pulling no weapons, homie. So I'ma take the low road. Asking Father forgive them, more concerned about they soul. Call up my inner lion and tell them let's rock and roll. Instead I'ma bear the fruit and just walk in my self-control. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to live pleasing to the great one. Cause if I be last, he gon' put me first. And I know that's true, it's the word, Instead of an eye for eye, I'ma gone and just let you slide. And I ain't weak at all, it take a strong man to swallow his pride. I ain't got to flex a muscle, indulge in the childish scuffle. Cause I'm choosing to ignore all my feathers you trying to ruffle. I think y'all want the lion, but all I chop is the lamb. And serve it to you on the dish, cause it's just a man that I am.
Do they want the lion? I think they want the lamb. I'm trying to be like Jesus with everything that I am. I think they want the lion, or do they want the lamb? If you ain't got them in, you don't think that you'd understand. I think they want the lion.
What's good, America? I'm Javonchi Davis.
This is Todd Gamble.
And here's your morning news. People all over the nation are being forced to choose between the lion and the lamb.
I think they want the lion, or do they want the lamb? If you ain't got them in, you don't think that you'd understand. understand. I think they want the lion, or do they want the lamb? Do they want the lion? Do they want the lamb? Nah, I think they want the lion. I tell them here I am. I think I see Goliath. I'm about to bust him in the head. Hey, why they people wanna try me? Like they don't know who I am. I'm sure when they conspire, lose on that line. Part of the pain, get on that line. Cause don't get on that line. But it's a couple things that I can't stand for. Stand your ground and throw hands for it. Invading my space, that's a no-no. Don't chart with the boys, that's a no-go. Everything that I got, God gave me. Can't have my cookies, God made these. If I die for, I let you come and take these. My love, my joy, faith, and peace. If you want it, got a tool, we can fix this. 45, 4, and 5 with a plate flip. Got a whole lot of love, so I can't fear. I don't know about them other cats, this came here. Just cause I ain't bitch your head off, don't mean that my teeth ain't sharp. Ain't got a flex, whole different job, got bigger orders from.
Oh my goodness. Do you want the lion? Hey, do you want the lamb? Y'all better understand that is a hit.
Hey, trying to be like Jesus.
I'm trying to tell you. So you said there's a story. There's always a story. I need that story, please, because you mentioned that there was something hidden there. So enlighten us. So
when I got saved, before I got saved, I had a little reputation. Everybody knew me as a hustle man. Used to sell just about everything under the sun, right? And so when I got saved, I was just as vocal about, this new righteous path I was on and just being I cut everything cold turkey. And so one of them things was I won't say I was cold hearted, I was callous hearted. And so, I wasn't necessarily.
What's the difference?
So cold hearted, true. Well, cold is just like saying I ain't got no feelings. Callous is I got feelings, but I don't care enough to share them. I'm not gonna act on them because I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want you to think I'm soft or try to take advantage of me. So I'm gonna be so hard, but my hardness is only really to cover up the soft, so you can't hurt me. The cold is I've been hurt so much I don't want to feel nothing. I'm numb.
Okay. Okay.
But I was trying to, so I didn't necessarily want to go out of my way to speak to people. And one of the first things that I felt like God changed in me was be vulnerable, speak to people, be nice, Southern hospitality, go out of your way to speak to people. And I'll never forget one time I was going out of my way to speak to somebody. And generally I don't care nothing about you. If you're not me or my people, then, hey, you stay in your lane, I'm gonna stay in mine. But I went out of my way to speak. And the dude was walking with his girlfriend. And he just kind of looked at me and kept walking. And I could tell he was flexing on me. He was trying to flex. And it was like, and then him and his girl, he said something to his girl and they laughed. And in my head, like, I really visualized me grabbing his head and slamming it against the wall. Just because I saw it. It was real to me. And it was because
no man thinking, be careful.
Yeah. And what got me was you don't know what I went through to come out of my comfort zone and try to be nice and to say hello, just to acknowledge your existence. That was that was new and it was a challenge for me. And so to have that, my effort, my kind gesture, kind of pissed on it did something to me because it was like, come on, bro, like you don't know who I am, you don't know who I could be. But in that moment, God was like, I know who you used to be. And I know who I made you. Would you rather prove to them who you used to be or prove to me that the change was real? And it was like, yeah, that got me. And then shortly after, I had another run in where it was like, I kind of got tired of people feeling like because they knew I was on a righteous path, I was trying to be more quote unquote Christian and righteous, that I'm assuming that you got to be soft. I'm assuming that you're going to let me say whatever and do whatever to you because, you're a Christian. Y'all nonviolent. Y'all Dr. Martin Luther King.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm a straight shooter. I don't,
Wait, you said because y'all supposed to be.
Yeah, y'all supposed to be. Okay, another story. I was in college. I went to Morehouse, and at the time, man, I was playing ping pong. I like playing ping pong, and this dude, I just got saved, so I went all the way saved. I went all the way delivered yet. So, dude, he met me after being saved. He don't know who I used to be or that. I was never in school. I was always in the streets because my partners was not in school. I got in because I was an athlete. And so we was playing ping pong, and then dude hit it and it was coming towards my face like he did it on purpose. I said, "Hey, bro, don't do that." And I was trying to warn him. And then one time, the last time he hit me in my throat, and he looked at me and he just kind of laughed like, "What you know what I'm saying? Like, what you gonna do?" The next thing I know, I blacked out and I picked up a chair and I slung it at his head. And I literally blacked out because after I came back to, it was like, man, I just embarrassed Jesus. Like, and I'm better than that. God, I'm sorry. Everybody knows I'm a Christian and this is how I act. So now they're going to charge you with having hypocritical. Here's another hypocritical Christian, another hypocritical church person. And it brought me it humbled me to realize that, hey, you're not perfect. But here's the other side of it. When you have a chance to choose how you're going to respond, let me make that decision for you. God is saying, let me make the decision for you.
Yeah, right.
As much as he was the Lamb of God and he was crucified for the sins of the world and he didn't commit no sins, he was also the Lion of Judah that was in the temple flipping over tables because they were disgracing his father's house of prayer. Turned it into a swap meet. And so what it showed me was there are some things that you do have to protect, that you should fight for. And there's some things that you should humble yourself and let people get away with. The difference is, instead of you giving them what they asked for, they might be asking for the lion. But God, if you talk to God may be like, man, I need you to be the lamb right now. Don't just let them have it. Let them have it, because your love in this moment where they know they deserve it would minister to them. And then in other times, you could feel like, you know what, man, it ain't even worth it. And God be like, no, don't you let them do that to my people. Don't you let them do that to you. Don't you let them do that to my children. You stand up for your peace. You stand up for your household. I gave you that. I gave you that wife. I gave you that family. I gave you that friend. I gave you that ministry. Don't let nobody else take it from you.
That's it.
And
Come on. Hey, look here. Look. You so 2.0, I promise you. You so 2.0. Give me the story in the name.
Yeah, I saw
that it's an Atlanta thing. Is that what I saw? That 2.0 denotes something in Atlanta?
No. 2.0 is really like, I told you I used to be called Hustle Man, right? Mm-hmm. So when I got saved, at first I was like, well, I had a revelation, and it was like, okay, well, God didn't make an accident when he created me. So all the things that I went through when I was in the club, when I was selling, when I was in the street or whatever, that wasn't an accident. God was with me then. I would be at the club and there'd be bullets passing by and I'm laughing because I feel like angels are protecting me. One didn't hit me. I knew they was flying by, and sometimes I knew the shooter, but it was like, I felt like angels were protecting me then. And it was like, man, as much as I might have been in the wrong, what kind of crazy is, you know what I'm saying? But I know that God was with me from, that's what the Bible say. I know you before you was born.
Come on.
And so I felt like, okay, well, God didn't want to change me. He just wanted to redirect me. He wanted to use my gifts, my talents, my personality for his glory. So I call myself Hustle Man 2.0. But then, because once I received the Holy Ghost, I got the upgrade. But then after a while, it was like, that Hustle Man tripping folks up. And it's a lot of folks who they were so attached to the Hustle Man, they wouldn't acknowledge the 2.0 hardly. So I was like, okay, let me drop this because I don't want nothing to do with the Hustle Man so much. It's more about the 2.0. I got the upgrade. because I now have the Christ within me, and I'm empowered. I'm better than I was before. And then also I usually have double meanings, and I would notice like the spirit will highlight it. Like I wasn't even writing talking about that. And then next thing you know, God be like, hey, there's another double meaning to it. And it means just the same thing. And it's just as potent. And it's like, huh. And I started to notice it kept happening like this. So I was like, okay, that 2.0 thing real. Talking about,
Yeah, these names don't come from just because I just think it's a cool name. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. I mean, even the Lioness, I lost everything. And I was staying in a cabin in the middle of a retreat center. And every day I'd come outside, it was just creation. And so I started joking. I was like, Lord, I'm in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
But not even realizing, like you said, that double meaning. I didn't even realize what I was saying at the time, but it was my isolation period where God had to take me and clean me up. You know what I'm saying? He isolated me and put me in the wilderness so that I could become the lioness.
Yeah.
So I had to live out the journeys. I lived in a cabin for a year. So that's no storm. That's the no heat in there, no refrigerator, no stove, no bathroom. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
So I didn't just wake up one day and be like, I want to be called the Lioness. No.
Yeah. No, it was real to you.
It's real to me. And he told me, you will be the voice in the midst of the wilderness. Hey,
amen.
I take it. Thank you, God.
Right.
What that girl say? Yeah, he got a YouTube.
Right. One of my kids, I love them kids.
Oh my gosh, what's not to love? And that is what I think has shaped our conversation today, because it is you. It's who you are. And like you said, you can't hide that. You can't be nothing other than who you are. So I thank God for your ministry, brother. I thank God for even just having our paths cross. There's plenty more where that comes from. I know it's social distancing, but you got anything on the calendar? How can we stay connected with 2.0?
Everything online is the number 2, the word point, then the number 0, TNT. That's all my social media. If you look up like Linktree, like it has all my videos, all my music, and all that kind of stuff. And just tap in with me there. Shoot me an email. You know what I'm saying? We can tell me where you want me to be and when you want me to be there. We can work it out. You know what I mean? So
look here. I'm already on to it. Look. Don't put nothing on your calendar for New Year's Eve.
Okay.
We gonna do a huge youth watch night party.
Okay. In Indiana, right?
No, I'm in Kansas. What you talking about? What?
Oh,
talking
okay. About Indiana. I'm talking about. Okay. It was a number that popped up, and it said like it was Indiana.
You telling all my business now. Hold on. Let me edit this out. Cut. No, I have an Indiana number, but that was an accident. I'm actually from Topeka, Kansas, so I'm in Kansas.
Okay.
Just on the outside of Missouri, But we can do. I want to do it in Kansas City, Missouri. You performed in Kansas City, Missouri before?
Not yet, but I'm looking forward to coming.
Hey, well, think of GVHOT97 as your Midwest plug. You hear me?
Let's do it. I'm with it. Okay, I appreciate it.
We're going to bring you to the Midwest and make it go down. I'm thinking Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, Wichita. What you think?
It sounds good to me.
Okay.
Sounds real good to me.
Right. Well, GVHOT97 is thrilled to have 2.0 in the studio. Okay. So here we go. We gonna wrap it up. The spotlight in the Lionesses did, where you can hear all kinds of artists. They've been in the game for a while, but hey, they might be new to you. So I want you to just tap in, like he said, tap into 2.0. There's a message, there's a story there, and you have to allow yourself to hear what he's saying. Okay, not to mention he always has a super dope beat.
I appreciate it. Hey, I'm trying to do what I do. You know, I got to do it right now. We can't be out here talking about we doing it for God and we ain't doing it right now.
I was trying to close, but you got to tell us with the beats. Who's the mastermind?
So some of them I produce. Like I produced Lion or Lamb. I don't think I produced any of the other ones that I sent you. Then there's another guy. His name is King Corn, and I try to lock in with somebody like if it's a vibe where it's like, man, it pulls something out of me, then I try to stick with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I try to stick with it. So it's a guy. He like I think he like 21, 22. He in Florida. So I talked to him a couple of times. I was like, hey, bro, like, man, I'm stuck with you. We going up together, you know?
That's up. So I did, it wasn't time for me to close the show because I did see that you're a producer. Hold on. I did see that. So what you got? What kind of projects you got coming up on the producer side?
On the production side, I really only do exclusive beats, but I've been working on my project. It's called 22.0. And
I ain't ready. Hold on, you gotta give me a second. Did you say 22.0?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, Lord. It's about to go down.
Absolutely. Look,
talk to it.
I was working on it as we speak.
Oh, you gonna give us an exclusive?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, look at the lineup. Look at y'all. Y'all say thank you later, okay? I got y'all. We gonna get us an exclusive.
I can.
What we got?
Right. Let's see. I'll play a song called
Before you play it though, you gotta tell us about 22.
Okay, so basically 22.0 is it's a playoff for 2020 vision, 2020 the year. And what I wanted to show was all my music I try to paint the picture of the same. We all live in the same world dealing with the same things, but I try to paint those pictures through the lens of my faith. And so with 22.0, what I wanted to do was present different perspectives about things that's going on, whether it be police brutality, whether it be, money or just dealing with certain things at home or everything ain't always a challenge. Sometimes I got a song called I Can't Tell It All, just about like, man, God been so good to me and I've been through so much in a good way. It's like, man, I can't even tell it all. Like, but they all made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it is. And I have every intention of getting a Grammy off of it.
I know you are. Because you know why? Because I'm going to be on the red carpet talking about my boy is here.
Yes. Yes, that I without a shadow of a doubt, I really do believe that I'm going to get a Grammy off of it when I do it right. So, yeah. So what I'm going to play.
This is what I'm going to say. Y'all going to have to wait. Because we going to make sure that he comes back. Okay? We making sure. We getting exclusive. Do you hear me? You going to give us an exclusive before you drop? I'm putting you on.
Yeah, I'll play a little bit of it. It's a song called Audemars. And basically it's like, man, my time is because of the things that I've been through, I value time, or time is valuable to me like a Paddock or Audemars. I stay close to God, so I live it like it's no tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But just talking about just some things that I've been through in life and what got me to where I am today, and why I value time the way that I do and why I live the way that I do.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. You gonna say right. You gonna have to see this.
Can you hear good?
No, that's my
good.
Okay. I'm coming. I'm getting it.
Yeah, it's like some greens in the pot. Chicken grease hit your nostrils. Smell like we eating good today. Now that's it. You see how your nose got the blessing for your stomach, got the blessing, same thing we expecting here at Jesus Resurrection. See, time is valuable to me, like a paddock or an Audemars. I say colorful folks, so I spend it like there's no tomorrow. I say, yo, wait to feed the family, and I just do my job. If you buy their work, then we can work on it. I hate that to be your favorite, but I bet you I'll be legendary. Billy go, never been alright with ordinary. All my look in front of them, they pull up like their head of Liz. Cold world, find the grace of God like it's a polo sweater. I remember serving through the city with the Chevy charge. Back when 50 Cent was out here dressing like a bodyguard. Out here making plays, been finessing with a Martin card. Came up on the come up, hit the club, and then we party hard. Y'all a couple tickets with the big body and double park. Hit up on the Riverdale, black out for a couple blocks. That's around the time I started noticing the hand of God. Shortly after gave my ways to God and got the microphone. Thought it was a way. End up posted in bikini bottom, moving big and quiet like the T that is tsunami. They tell me, bro, you way too hard to call it gospel. I say that's all I got to talk about. Yeah, it's like some greens in the pot. Chicken grease hit your nostrils. Smell like we eating good today. Now that's it. You see how your nose got to listen for you.
God help us, Lord. Oh, that's so ATL.
Yeah.
Who you representing?
I got it's in me, so I you know.
That's so dope. That's dope. That's dope. Did you say it's like the greens in the pot?
Yeah, it's like some greens in the pot. The chicken grease hit your nostrils. Smell like we eating good today. Now that's some gospel. You see how your nose caught the message, but your stomach got the blessing. Same thing we expecting here in Jesus resurrected. Yeah.
Boy, you too hard to be gospel. Hey.
They tell me, the streets tell me I'm too hard to call it gospel. Like, they don't want me. They was like, nah, bro, you can't call it gospel. Like, it's real rap or something else. But, bro,
it's hip hop. You just have to be a Christian.
Yeah. Somebody said the exact same thing to me probably like 2 or 3 nights ago on a live stream call.
Well, that's confirmation, because that's what it is. It's hip hop. It's just like you're a police officer. If you're a police officer, you just happen to be a police officer. That's a Christian. They don't the name of his role because he's a Christian. He's still a police officer.
Right.
So yeah, man. 22.0. When's it dropping?
Yeah.
Because
I don't have a date now. Now I'll be honest with you. If I get it done like I want to, then it'll be by the end of the month. But oh yeah. If it gets pushed back, then that means I missed the deadline for the Grammys. Like I'm wrapping it up so I can get it out there by the end of the month. The deadline for the Grammys is like the 31st of the month. So I'll probably have it out by the 28th. But if it ain't out by the 28th, then that means I missed the deadline and I'm gonna make it even better. It's no later than September though. It's coming out real soon. Real soon.
You know, you gotta come back to the Lionesses then. You know what I'm saying? You have an open door invitation. Again, like I said, we need to get together, me, you, your wife, and my husband. Let's just talk couple stuff. I think, the insight would be so dope. And we get to see the contrast between a big city life and the country.
Right.
So, again, y'all, man, this has been one conversation that I will always remember. And I thank God for bringing 2.0 into the Lioness's Den. Brother, we just thank God for you. And we ask that God would bless you indeed, enlarging your territory, okay? And I pray that you stay diligent in the faith. And keep doing what you do for your city, because you truly put on for your city. That is no joke, I promise you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the spotlight in the Lioness's Den. Y'all just met 2.0. I hope he blessed your soul, okay? Y'all stick around because we will be putting 2.0's music into rotation. So, click listen live. That's all you got to do. GVHOT97.net. Click listen live and you can hear them on the radio. Man, 2.0 is in the Lioness's Den. I'm your girl, Danette Elkins, a.k.a. the Lioness. And y'all just seen the spotlight. So, see you soon. Till next week. And as always, stay tuned and stay connected.
And that's my statement.